This is the What's Next podcast, Houston's #1 platform where I invite creatives to share their journeys and give us a depiction of their visions. Most importantly, the last question I'll ask is, what's next? Houston, Texas, welcome back to episode number 52 of the What's Next podcast, a production of Still Visionary, Inc. Episode 52, I think back 364 days from today. We dropped episode number 2. I want to say, man, to you, man, I appreciate you so much because you were the first feature on my podcast. Before we get started with the episode, let's introduce our social media handles so we don't disrupt the flow of the conversation when we get to that point.
Well Groomed Man. It's Well Groomed Man is the IG. You can check that on Facebook as well. Just search Well Groomed Man, it'll come up.
Okay.
And also the website is well-groomed-man.com.
Okay.
Again, just Google search Well Groomed Man Houston. It'll pop up.
It's about that time this year.
It is, bro. It is.
And my name is John Ross Dike II, and you can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at John Ross Dike _visionary. If you would, connect with me on LinkedIn, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my fan page on Facebook, and visit my website at stillvisionary.com. For everybody listening, that's stillvisionary.com. In front of you, I have all my merch. I had to bring my merch out, man, because the last time at this specific time, I didn't have my merch out. But you can get everything at shopstillvisionary.com/apparel. So, man, again, how you doing?
I'm blessed, man. I can't complain at all, man.
Yeah.
Blessed.
It's been a long time.
It's been a year.
It's been a year. 364 days ago, we sat across from each other and we were rapping, man. I'd like to say again, man, I appreciate you so much, man, because not only did you do the podcast, but you also opened up doors for me to make some income as well. So I greatly appreciate you, man. And
I love, man.
It was only right, 50 episodes later. Around this time last year, we had dropped episode 2, and I wanted to make sure that full circle, when it came around again, we could drop episode 52 at the same time frame in Black History Month.
That's it. Dang.
So for Black History Month this year, man, I want to acknowledge Tyler Perry as a guy who I want to give honor to during the Black History Month for all he's done for film, all the opportunities he's given out in the Atlanta area, building his own studio from scratch, and just being an icon that people look up to.
I agree.
You got anybody
for
Black History Month?
Black History Month? I want to dedicate Black History Month, man, just to President Obama again,
No doubt.
We miss him.
Yeah.
I miss him, bro.
For sure. For sure.
But damn, yeah, Obama, man.
Mm-hmm.
Obama.
So, man, I'm a totally different person than I was last year. At this present moment with the podcast, man, it's been thriving just like your business has been thriving. And I want to make sure that I came out again and sat with an icon in the making. And so, a quick scenario, if I'm to give this podcast out to 20 random strangers and they listen to the podcast, and I'm not going to guarantee that they're going to listen to the whole thing or watch the whole thing, but if they are to listen to the podcast, what should people take from this interview and your journey? What should people take from who you are on this episode?
Good question, man. The number one thing that I really want people to take from Well Groomed Man and even from me is to make the smallest thing something great.
Okay.
That's what I did, pretty much from the micro to the macro. I started with something very small, John, and it's huge now.
Yeah.
So just to have that vision of something that can be just as small as a seed.
Yeah.
And then eventually have that scope to where it's the size of an oak tree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So definitely just being able to work with something small and make it great.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh, man. I think about where you were, and I know that when we talked last, you were a little further then, but a lot further now than you were when you started. And I just I admire your work ethic. I've seen you move around. I admire your creation. And I just want to make sure that when I got this podcast up and rolling, we can make this an annual thing.
Let's do it.
I know we can find something to talk about for a period of 20 to 30 minutes.
No doubt.
So, man, you mentioned a lot of things in episode 2 of Well Groomed Man, which is now streaming on all platforms, Facebook. Well, not Facebook. It's kind of outdated now on Facebook. But SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, and my website, stillvisionary.com. You mentioned the feel of fabrics. You mentioned wanting to expand to a boat, a necktie. And I'm interested to understand, okay, a couple of things. Creativity comes from experiences. Where we last left off, where are you creatively now in your journey?
Okay, good question. Right now I am doing shoes.
Okay.
Shoes are pretty much the last point of Well Groomed Man.
Okay.
Started with the bow tie.
Mm-hmm.
The bow tie stemmed into dress shirts.
Okay.
Now also doing custom suits, custom tuxedos, neckties as well. Right now I'm finalizing 5 formal / tuxedo black tie shoes. All right. Those are going to be readily available on the website. You see the bow ties are all named. The shoes will be all named. You know, black velvet loafer, black patent leather loafer, tassels, no tassels, laces, no laces, etc. But just to be total package, one-stop shop. We're done. I don't want you to just come to me and just get one item.
Yeah.
Get everything.
Yeah.
Let's just nip it in the bud.
So that so the idea to open up outside of bow ties came from where?
Man, it really came from within.
Okay.
The bow tie was just a start to build the brand.
Yeah.
Introduce the brand. Start small. Let's grow. Let's water. Let's nurture. Let's build. Let's meet. Let's meet you.
Yeah.
Phil.
Yeah.
Phil, he's doing it.
Yeah.
And able to just collaborate, meet other guys in the city, but also know what I can bring to the brand.
No doubt.
Always make it mine. And then just a signature, add my touch to it, all inclusive. Well Groomed Man.
Okay. Last episode you mentioned that your bow ties were named, and I took notes because listen, when you're dealing with somebody of such an intricate method, like my homeboy called me methodical, but I'm gonna call you methodical because I believe that you don't do anything without it having a relation to something or something that's gonna come, right? And so you mentioned your bow ties have a name. Why did you pick to exclusively give each bow tie a name?
Man, it was all about classification. I didn't want people to just say I want a butterfly bow tie or just a black bow tie. I learned that it becomes very valuable when you give things a name. You give them identity. Once they give an identity, then people can start to resonate. Oh, hey, that's the Hamilton, right? I want the Hamilton. And every bow tie is different based upon the fabric and the style and the design. Also, they're going to be differentiated based on the style of tux or suit you may be wearing. More so tuxedos. I do a lot of formal events. So by them being different sizes and having different classifications, I'm going to recommend certain bow tie styles for certain tuxedo styles. I'm going to recommend that Duke for that peak lapel tuxedo. I'm going to recommend that Seymour for that deep shawl lapel tuxedo. It's all with branding. It's all making it unique, making it signature again. Also just having a nice classification of it. Got to give it class.
Yeah. And working with your logo, I noticed that you have the TM attached to it. Let's talk about the creation of the W. How did you listen, and I also want to say this. When I listened to episode 2 after we did it last year, I have to apologize formally on this platform because I totally called you a whole different name. And the reason why I say that is because rest in peace to my baby boy John Ross Dike II. It was through him who I found an importance to understanding what your name is or understanding what power your name has, right? So I noticed that you had Wayne Willis, with the W. How did that come about in designing that specific W? Did you draw that yourself, or where did you go to get that inception?
I drew myself probably for about 7 years. I always talked about having my own business.
Okay.
So me being who I am, I love my name.
Okay.
The W really is for Wayne.
Okay.
The TM,
I figured that.
The TM is for the man.
Okay.
It's me.
Okay.
It's not really even trademark because you don't even see trademark symbols like that.
Yeah, you're right.
It's W. TM is for the man.
Okay.
It's me.
Okay.
And Well Groomed Man, of course. Man, Well Groomed Man came about. It's crazy. Used to work for a pharmacist in undergrad at LSU.
Okay.
And she wrote a letter for me, like a letter recommendation, and throughout the letter, she kept stating that Wayne is such a well-groomed man. She planted a seed. That was in like 2007. She planted a seed. It stuck with me. So when it came down to me, building this brand's name and identity, I was like, wait, I think I got it. I woke up out of my sleep one night and just wrote it down. Tapped my fiance, hey, I got it. I wrote it down, had a little notepad, but then it grew. Well Groomed Man. Because, it's for everybody. It's for the well-groomed man. That man that loves style. That man that, he admires going to get his hair cut. Fresh cut, fresh taper, fresh fade.
Yeah.
Custom shirt, custom everything just to be tailored. The well-groomed man. Remember, total package.
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay. So, the Roosevelt, the Duke, the Crawford.
Come on.
Okay, the Roosevelt, the Duke, the Crawford. Because I had to do my research.
Right.
The Roosevelt, the Duke, the Crawford. The Roosevelt, the Duke, the Crawford. I think the Crawford is the self tie.
Correct.
The Duke is the one I wore. The Roosevelt is the velvet one. What else? How many others?
You got the Seymour.
The Seymour.
Yeah, the Hamilton. You got the Duke Velvet.
Okay.
And then you have the Duke, which is a pattern. It's a Lux.
Okay.
I call it the Lux, which is the luxury fabric that's used for it.
Okay.
Then you got the Duke Grow Grain. It's like a very, very mild ripping flow to it. Then you got the Duke Black Diamond.
Okay.
Kind of got little specks of Black Diamond in it, but it's also very similar to the Grow Grain.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So when you what was your very first one?
The Duke.
So in creating the Duke and then moving on, how did you know it was time to make another bow tie?
A lot of people didn't want, well, I'm not going to say a lot of people. Some people didn't want the large butterfly.
Okay.
I want to service everybody, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, Wayne, let's make something smaller. Something, change the metrics, because everything was drawn and measured and it was precise based on specs.
Yeah.
So, of course, change the specs. Also created as another pre-tie.
Yeah.
And then just name it, the Hamilton.
Okay.
Staple.
The Hamilton is that maybe for where's the significance of the name, the Hamilton?
Just all up here, man.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
Drop.
Okay.
It looked like something I would call Hamilton.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bougie. Like shit.
No doubt.
Right.
And then the Seymour, the Duke Diamond, the Crawford. Okay. And all of those just fell in.
Yeah, it all just fell into place. I actually wore the Seymour for my wedding date. My wedding day, all my groomsmen as well wore the Seymour. I just wanted to do the all velvet and then add the satin center notch. Again, I couldn't find it at Macy's, Nordstrom's, to make this unique. So I made sure that was one that I wore and also my groomsmen. Put the followers in the Black Duke, and that was it.
Okay. One thing I didn't ask you last episode was who are your inspirations in fashion?
Inspirations in fashion.
Because my inspirations in podcasting are, of course, Joe Budden, the late great Combat Jack was one, and a couple of people I like Brilliant Idiots. My homeboy in Dallas, he does a podcast. The Say Michael podcast is a really good podcast I like. And my homegirl and my other homeboy are doing this Birth and Truth podcast, the Birth and Truth podcast now. So I got a couple of inspirations. Who are your inspirations in fashion?
Man, inspirations in fashion? Man, that's tough. Cause I've kind of always just been like, in my own lane. I like Ralph Lauren though.
Of course.
Real talk.
Okay.
Ralph Lauren is good. That's really it, bro.
Okay, that's huge.
Yeah,
it's huge.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as big names.
Yeah.
Tom Ford, of course, he's great.
Yeah.
Different level of love there. It's he's on that level.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say Ralph Lauren, Tom Ford.
So here's an important thing that I asked Phil in the conversation that I had with him. What do you think the most important thing in a man's wardrobe is?
The most important thing in a man's wardrobe?
Yeah.
Man, I would have to say variety. I think a man needs to make sure that in his closet he has a certain level of variety.
Okay.
But they also need to be available. in his closet.
Okay.
Versus, I don't have that. Now I got to go shopping.
Yeah.
As a man, you need that black tuxedo in your closet.
Yeah.
You need that business suits.
Okay.
Black, blue, or gray.
Black,
you
blue,
need
gray.
that.
Okay.
A powerful white dress shirt, mini. Because, one really isn't good enough. Those good, your good staple ties when it comes to, going to church, I'm going to a work meeting, I'm going to an interview. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. And also shoes. Man also needs a nice good collection of shoes in his closet. Whether they're formal, whether they're dress shoes, whether they're tennis shoes. And I love Jordans. We had a client tonight. We was talking. He does tennis shoes. On the side. I'm like, bro, don't get it wrong. I love to put a suit and tie on, but I have my days when I want to rock my joggers and my J's. So keep a pair, a nice tennis shoes in your closet as well. So you can have that versatility. And that's really it. As a man, we all need to have that high level, and then of course, our lounge around level of joggers. So, man.
So, if you're going to the mall and my wife, my best friend,
right.
We were getting ready to go to this wedding today, and she was like, "Yo, you don't look good." If you're going to the mall, and I'm paraphrasing, but I told her, listen, I'm gonna make it look right. Okay, I'm gonna make it look right. I got it. Okay,
right.
But if you're going to the mall, right? What are you specifically looking to? And I'm talking about from the aspects of not being a well-groomed man in a tuxedo or a suit. I'm talking about being regular Wayne. What are you going to look for in a mall to put an outfit together?
Okay. All right. I like that. All right. Good question, man. What am I looking for? Number one, I'm looking for quality because I'm about to spend my money.
Yeah.
Right? I'm about to spend my money. All right. And I'm looking for quality.
Yeah.
Okay. So number one, I'm going to look at a nice quality stores. Okay. So like I say, depending upon the occasion, where I'm going to go, I'm going to look for quality. I'm looking to see if I can get something off the rack.
Yeah.
In good style.
What does that mean, off the rack?
It's not custom. I can actually go in, pick it up off the rack, put it on, wear it. I don't have to worry about picking out fabrics, buttons, all of that.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for off the rack. I'm looking for something quality. I'm looking for something that's also going to give me that look that is something that was made custom for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a very difficult man when it comes to shopping. I really only have 3 stores that I shop at for emergencies in Houston.
Yeah.
Off the rack.
Okay.
Because any other time I'm going to plan it out.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to feel of, hey.
Yeah.
You got this. So we need to make this.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's it.
What are those 3 stores?
So my Tim's right there. No, I can't drop that.
I feel you.
It's not Zara. It's not one of them. It's not Zara. So I tell people that y'all can go to Zara. Y'all can go to Express. But nah. Sorry.
I know. I knew you. I knew you were gonna say that. I was just trying to bait you.
Tell them to holler at me. Tell them to schedule a consultation.
No doubt. Okay, man. So so at the end of last episode, you had mentioned that you wanted to dive into neckties.
Yeah.
Throughout from the time I left you last year to this point right now, have you included the neckties in? Okay.
They're pretty much requests only. I have 3 right there behind you in the mannequin. Because I'm actually working on a wedding right now. The wedding is on the weekend of the 29th, 28th.
Okay.
And they're the groomsmen and the groom. They're going to wear neckties. So again, just to make it all custom, the bride-to-be was there. She made sure she brought the fabric swatches. I want to match this fabric as close as possible. Pick it out, boom, fabric shipped in from Italy or wherever we get it from. The neckties are made. That way everything is, again, it's signature. It's total. I don't have to go shop anywhere else.
Yeah.
I'm going to make them right here. So again, they're branded. The quality's there. 5-fold, not 7-fold. Not yet. Okay. But right now they're 5-fold ties.
So when you say 5-fold, across, under, wrap around.
Well, that's the knitting of it.
Okay.
It's folded 5 times.
Okay.
And it completes the tie look.
Okay.
Fabric. So it's all fabric. Quality fabric.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Listen, the last time we spoke, up until now, you've been all over the world, and I use that term loosely because in following you on IG and Facebook, I see that you've been to Italy.
Went to Italy.
Okay. I think you went to LA once.
Went to LA.
How were those experiences?
Man, it was dope, man. Me and my wife, we actually went to LA for our delayed anniversary trip last April.
Okay.
It was dope. You know, we were in Milan. Real subtle, beautiful city though, man. Like it was just to take in that type of architecture,
Mm.
you know, with the cathedrals and etc. Even
Mm-hmm.
just like the stained glass you would see. Come on,
Mm-hmm.
we don't have that over here, but it was good. Got a chance to do a little bit of shopping around at the suit shops there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Italy's on another level when it comes to suiting, and even just with fashion in its own. But it was a good time. LA was dope. LA is actually going to be LA Part 2 coming up in June. Alluviane. Check it out. Y'all can IG search Alluviane LA. Met a group of other entrepreneurs that are in the fashion realm and other entities of just entrepreneurship. So we all came together and we put this event on in LA. Dr. Dapper, y'all check him out. Levi Lawrence, y'all check him out as well. Those are the founders, along with myself, of Alluviane LA. So we'll be in LA for the second time. We're gonna make it an annual event, and eventually the event will steer for Houston. So again, you know, that'll be something that we'll power up.
Yeah.
Get a nice little board going.
For sure.
We're gonna actually take that all over. You know,
Yeah.
LA, Houston, Atlanta, probably Chicago, then New York, DC. You know, just so we're getting we're building a team so that people can be inspired. Basically, like they did it, we can do it.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what we're doing right now.
No ideas
Alluviane.
original.
Alluviane.
Okay.
Yeah.
What song's on your mind right now, man?
Right now, man, in the car, out the car. What am I listening to? Roddy Ricch, bro.
Okay.
He's just, you know,
Okay.
blasting right now. Yeah, man. Roddy Ricch, man. Really, that's it, man. I'm on Peter. That's
Okay.
it, man. The box. What
Okay.
else? Yeah.
Okay.
Cream.
And man, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep it. It's 2 R&B songs.
Okay.
I was actually trying to catch up on Power the other night, and it was that scene where Angela's sister was at the grave.
Got it.
So her name is Freya Ridlings, I think it is. Lost Without You.
Okay.
And then the other one, my homegirl from the city, Demaria Daniels. I'm gonna go with Boss You Up.
Okay.
Okay, she should be on the podcast soon.
Oh.
Enough, but yeah, those 2 records right there have been heavy in rotation for me.
Okay.
Okay, so the total package now.
Total package.
Got shoes.
Shoes.
You got suits.
Suits.
You got socks.
No socks yet.
Okay.
Probably
Okay.
need to do that.
Bow ties.
Got both sides.
Ties. Okay. So in doing a total package, right? What do you feel that the resistance to come to you exclusively has come in? Like people's hesitance to come to you exclusively?
Not really a lot of hesitance. I do a lot of weddings.
Okay.
So, you know, it makes things very smooth if they can get everything done at one stop.
Yeah.
So by that being an offering, you know, it's actually made things very, very convenient, you know, for me and also for them. Because another thing that I'll do for my clients, I will style shop for you.
Okay.
Like, you know, if I can't find something or if I don't have it to be made or it's not in their budget, then I will shop around for them. Of course, they pay that for a fee.
Okay.
But again, it's less work for me if I have shoes on hand versus going to shop around for shoes for them, and their groomsmen or, you know, whoever.
Okay.
So by me just being, you know, inclusive like that, again, it's just flows better.
Okay.
Like I said, people don't have to go to 5 different stores to get their outfit together. You know, it's boom. And it's more with me. I just take on a responsibility to really style it for them. Of course, give them ideas, give them insight, give them inspiration, show them what can be created. You know, they may have something that I haven't created yet, but this is what can be created, you know. And it also opens the field up to more, but it's also just taking on that, I guess, the responsibility to create it for them. Like that's, you know, that's keepsake right there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You're dealing with a client that inquires you from, let's just say, Instagram and has no idea of the direction that they want to go for their wedding. What is the first question that you pose to them to get them into the ballpark of where they should be thinking?
I always ask them, where is the wedding or where's the occasion that they'll be attending, whether it's outside versus inside. Is it in New York? Is it in Houston? Climates, hot, you know, cold, etc.
Yeah.
Once I get an ideal setting of where they'll be attending their occasion, or even what type of occasion is it? Is it black tie? You know, if it's black tie, then of course we're going to be limited to certain things that I'm going to even, you know, allow you to be styled in. Is it just fashionably formal? You know, fashionably formal is that level where they could, the sky's the limit. Let's just get dressed. Let's just be dapper as hell, and you know, let's do it. If they just want something custom, you know, of course I have different levels of style and different levels of books of fabric that I'll pretty much put in front of them, so that they'll know, oh, okay, this is going to be suitable for your occasion. This won't be suitable for your occasion, you know. So once I do that, I always ask them questions, you know, like what have you seen? A lot of people have seen pictures, they've screenshot, you know, something Dwayne Wade may have worn or something LeBron may have worn, etc. They got pictures that, hey, can you do this? You know, so once I see the style versus double breast or single breast, what are they trying to do with the lapels, etc., then I pretty much know where to go. So I try to sit back and, you know, listen as much as possible, take a lot of notes. Or if the bride-to-be's there in the consultation, it makes stuff real easy.
Yeah, because they know.
I want to wear this, like, and that's it, you know, so just kind of just putting everything together. But because I always want to listen to what they want to create, you know, originally. And then just meet them at the moment, man, because I don't, you know, everyone doesn't have the same eye. Just because I may just have this high eye that something looks good, they may have another eye or something that also may look good, you know. So I don't want to just take the wheel when it comes to customization for my clients. I want to bring that vision to life.
Yeah. So I'm curious to find out from you. Where was I gonna go? Give me a second to think, fam, because you know when bosses talk, I like to listen. I don't like to do too much talking, man, because then people can find out your weaknesses.
Bro, for real.
when you talking in a room full of people that are on a different level, you know, you start talking and you're running your mouth. People could, oh, okay, he not supposed to be here. How he sneaking here? He not supposed to be here. So we talked about before about team and having a team, right? Yes. Which I can relate to you on a number of reasons, because we both run a closely knit camp, right? Since the last time we spoke on the podcast, has your team evolved any at all?
Yeah, my team has. I mean, as far as even like my wife, she does a lot of my formality. Like she has this gift to just
explain that because you know, last episode you said that she was just like, she encouraged you, kind of pushed you to jumping in it full throttle.
Correct. You know, but like her formality that she brings to the brand, and I'll break down formality. If I need something worded, with great formality, if I need something compiled, with great business formality, proofread that, you know, boom, she's good with that. As far as the team, bow tie team, the neckties are a team now. The shoes have a team in Spain. You know, they're certified. Of course, man, Phil, you know, just assist all day. I'll probably be getting on Phil nerves many times as I text him. You know, he know it's all love. Other guys in the city also, man, that I work with. But not as in sync when it comes to full branding. You know, I'll pick the phone up for everybody, man. But as far as the team, there's a lot of different moving parts of Well Groomed Man. Everything, you know, from even the suiting, the tuxing, the dress shirts. You know, it's a lot of different moving parts in there that I rely on, you know, to have good response time, to, you know, answer emails, to answer texts, to meet delivery times, you know, to make sure inventory is always the boxes, you know, all of that. Those are all moving parts of business that make Well Groomed Man what it is today, you know. And this, I say, going into year 4, I never owned a business. You know nothing about running a business, but most of the time in my sleep, you know, I'm still thinking on ideas. So when I wake up, you know, I have to pick up where I left off, answering emails. Oh, you know, responding to this client, because I don't like to leave people, you know, open-ended when it comes to communication. You know, but all those moving parts, man, are very, very, very critical. Even right now, what we're doing, you know, this is branding, this is networking. That's a moving part of business that I really try my best not to miss beats on, you know, when it comes to Well Groomed Man. I'm still building. I'm not done yet. You know, it looks good, but I'm nowhere near done. Like, I'm maybe a third of the way there.
Okay.
That's honestly.
Yeah.
I'm probably giving myself a little bit too much credit. I'm probably say about 25 to 30% there, but I still got.
Yeah. Yeah. You find that when you're going and you get that stride, man, you always got more things to attain. Yeah. Let me ask you, the color black. What is your infatuation with the color black? Maybe not infatuation. Maybe that's a strong word.
Mm-hmm.
What is your allure to the color black?
I love the color black when it comes to formality.
Okay.
Okay, it's formal. It's deep. It's dark. It's luxury.
Yeah.
That was one of the main colors I picked out. That was the first color I picked out from my brand. Black. Then white. And of course, the third color is the cognac brown.
Okay.
But black is just it's powerful. You know, it says luxury.
Okay.
It says business. It also says power.
Basically rebranding what was branded as evil, beneath, low. Okay. Okay. I got you.
Yep.
Okay.
Indeed. Yep.
So in fashion sense, is there a replacement for black and gray? With the color gray?
So. Yeah. It just depends. In weddings, formal weddings, I guess the replacement color for black would be midnight blue.
Okay.
Or blue.
Okay.
In business, the replacement color for black could be navy blue or charcoal gray.
Okay.
It just kind of depends.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Okay. You have 4 seasons in the year. Okay. What colors outside of black should you be wearing for those 4 seasons?
Gray.
In terms of suits.
Gray and blue.
Gray and blue.
Nice navy blue. Nothing too deep, nothing too bright. And the same with the grays. Nothing too stone. Something like gray.
When you say stone, what do you mean?
Like stone gray. Stone gray is a little lighter.
Yeah.
You know, that light stone sidewalk gray.
Okay. Like silver.
Yeah. Kind of, sort of.
Okay.
But gray.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned today is February the 16th, 2020 rather. Whoa. 2020. I'm taking this back a year. Today is February the 16th, 2020. 2 days after Valentine's Day. Okay. And we have 319 days left in the 2020 year. Okay. What do you hope to attain in 319 days?
Man, I got a lot of acceleration, like just stored. Okay. So I'm telling you, it's just by the time December 31st comes, 2020, I expect things to be running with more ease of flow.
Okay.
As I mentioned, the shoes. You know, I want you to be able to go to the site, order shoes. They're in the mail next day or same day. Like right now, clients order a bow tie. Tomorrow before 2:00, it's in the mail.
So you have a mass storage of them.
Yes. Why? I do my best to keep a nice inventory count for the week. But depending upon the week and what's going on, like I say, this weekend, Mardi Gras Ball in New Orleans, like sales have been coming like crazy. Crazy. But I say, but from this point until the end of December, I'm expecting more business build when I'm talking about my inventory items for my shoes and even my dress shirts. I want to have dress shirts styled and ready to go. I don't want you to have to just schedule a consultation for a dress shirt. I want all that stuff to be on the website ready to go so people can just click, purchase, ship, receive, they're done. All entails with that. But also what I want to do, man, I want to do so much more. It's almost like a Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because right now, man, I have weddings they have me booked for day of service. That's something I haven't really promoted a lot of. But even right now, I have about 5 calendar weddings where I am actually going to be flew out to the wedding.
Big boss type shit.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Boss you up. Shout out to Mario.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't pressed the gas on that. Because that day of wedding service, man, that's luxury. Like you get to have luxury service there for the wedding day for the groom. You know, the bride, she has everything. You know, she has makeup.
Yeah.
All of this and that. But what I do for the guys, man, I do a 5-star treatment for the day of wedding. So by the end of the year, I want to gas that up to where that is its own signature launch of, man, okay, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
You know, even by 2021, I honestly want to have a team to where I'm not doing all this groundwork.
Yeah.
You know, so you want the package, of course. Either I'll come with the maybe a spokesperson, and then we'll come and actually do wedding day service, etc. But just to kind of give Well Groomed Man a lot more face value, whether you're in Houston, Dallas, Chicago, New York, New Jersey, Miami, Atlanta, North Carolina, wherever. I want to touch all areas, man.
Okay.
All areas.
You in the beginning of the episode, you said that what you want people to take is you could take the simplest thing and make it larger. Okay. In regards to where a well-groomed man started from to now, is it everything that you thought it would be in this short of a time period? Because I've talked to a couple. Like my father told me once before that businesses really don't take off until 5 to 10 years. Mm-hmm. So with looking at the aspect of the beginning, the simple idea was to what? What was the simple idea for you?
The simple idea was this. It was a box.
Okay.
It was to have something signature packaged.
Okay.
So that when people got it, they would be like, whoa.
Okay.
And a lot of the wow factor actually came from the presentation. Right?
Okay.
So again, taking something small, this box honestly is worth nothing without the logo.
Okay.
On it.
Yeah. So
I took something small. Again, got the bag.
Okay.
The suit bags.
Okay.
Same thing with the shoes.
Okay.
So it's like all of that to take something so micro. It was just a box. Like honest to God, I probably found the box before I wrote the name down. Mm-hmm. Like just not really, really backstep. Because at the moment, so when I was, trying to get this idea of branding and having a business, I also was about to start wedding planning. So it all just, it all just fell into place. But I had the box itself before I had the name. So again, just building box, then the name. All right, what you gonna put in this box, Wayne? Oh, the tie, the bow tie. What bow tie? The Duke. Can you make more than the Duke?
Yeah.
Let's apply all of that.
Okay.
Do the same thing, boxing, branding, and it was just stacking. And it just, it's crazy. Like it really blows my mind when I think about it, because of the value that it has brought me. Like, dude, it's, the monetary value.
What was the value?
Well, the value, of course, the monetary value is, it's always great because you want to see your work.
Yeah,
you want to see the worth and the value.
For sure.
You want to see the reward.
For sure.
So another thing that I went through, man, I didn't really tell people is I had a plant explosion. I'm a full-time chemist in April. Okay. So when that happened, I was like, shit, I still was working. Thank God I was still alive, but it was like, I need to make sure that I don't lose my job. Yeah. I got a family, I got kids, I got bills, so it was like the reward that I got out of Well Groomed Man. Of course, it's been fulfilling, man. Like just to be able to be sought, like people seek me, like, oh, I came across your page. You were exactly what we were looking for. Like, when can we meet? Or I've had clients where I've met. And once they met me, it was like, you're gonna do my wedding, or you're gonna do this, or that's perfect. So people can, again, that's the value of the brand. That's been able to just like it's testimonial, bro.
Yeah.
Real talk. And also just learning. I've been learning a lot. Learning a lot with business. I didn't take a business class. I didn't. So I've been learning a lot about business. Learning a lot about business relationships.
Yeah.
Learning a lot about client relationships.
Yeah.
Just customer service, man, has also taken me far.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest things that I've really kind of made sure I brought with me, whether it's through email, whether it's through phone call, whether it's in person, just to have that customer service, intricate. And that's, again, all that's part of the brand. it's full reward, man. But again, I told you I'm not done.
Yeah, I wanted to go two directions after I asked you how many days you had left and what you wanted to attain in those days. I wanted to go two directions. The first direction I'll go is this. In speaking about the Mamba mentality, I haven't bought that book or read that book just yet. But I remember watching interviews of Kobe Bryant. And I don't know if you were. I think that in his passing, a lot of people who weren't basketball fans felt connected to Kobe based off of just watching him throughout his career, the ups and downs, and then getting to the point where he was low, and not making the finals and everything. How do you think that his death affected you, if any, at all?
Man, it affected me. We had just got home from church. And I was like,
I was outside. I was in Studewood when somebody hit me and was like, yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
Take news and wait, get to the TV, let me hear CNN. They hadn't even reported that.
Yeah.
But I was just like, damn.
Yeah.
Because I had just watched highlights that Saturday. Kobe and LeBron because LeBron had
passed him up,
scoring
33-6-2-4, I think it was.
Just to hear that, bro, I was just like, damn, that hit. Because I say Kobe was a great player, on and off the court, good guy, man. And he was one of the ones that I admired because he didn't go to college. Like he just went, like, damn, you that cold, and he was that cold. He was. So yeah, man, just to feel the pain, that his wife had to go through, and then also I kind of was like, just imagine like that moment. You were in that helicopter and you knowing that this is it.
Yeah.
So that's
yeah,
man, that was deep, bro.
Yeah.
Like I say, it was very unfortunate. We lost a great one, man, a legend.
Yeah. For sure. Rest in peace to the legend. Yeah. So with the Mamba mentality. Listen, I know that, taking on or trying to replicate that in whatever you do takes a lot of sacrifice. And what do you how do you feel that the Mamba mentality has pushed you in your own journey? What aspects of it have you taken to apply to your own journey?
Man, really just to not give up.
Okay.
And to always just look at every day. I have an expectation every day. That somebody's going to reach out. Like I say, seek me.
Yeah.
And I say, if I wake up with that expectation every day, I'm fine because normally daily I'm getting DMs or emails or random phone calls, from numbers that aren't saved in my phone, and I have that expectation.
Yeah.
To always answer, because Well Groomed Man it's a solution.
Yeah.
That's what I'm pretty much, providing. I'm providing a solution for your needs. But just to, not get discouraged, because I have those. I've had some bad weeks. Man, phone still working. IG ain't working right, damn. Things happen. But then the next week it'll just be like, I can't keep up.
Yeah.
But just not giving up, man. I'm always thinking of new ways. I read a book a while back by Dale Carnegie, and it talked about, of course, working in daytime compartments, but he also talked about doing what works. If I've known that certain formulas I've used in the past have worked, I'm gonna keep doing that.
So when you say what works, what
has worked for my brand? What has worked for me to lure? What has worked for me to pull clients? What has worked for me to be seen? What has worked? Like with my phone, I always have my phone in my hand. Like I'm at work, my phone is in my hand. Like, I'm in the meeting, but y'all talking, I'm listening, but my phone is also in my hand. Instagram makes things so easy to just share.
Yeah,
I keep everything. I keep all my standards, man. They're saved in an album. If you have a business out there, save your standards in a folder. That way, they're ready to share. I don't have to go and find this picture. Everything is saved. Captions are saved. Hashtags sometimes are saved, but I don't like to use the same hashtags every time. But just kind of having that mentality to always be posting, always share, always even just comment, liking, always kind of searching, for even those that are recently engaged, using all my networks, whether it be with Louisiana, Texas, Kappa, Alpha, whatever, Q, Sigma,
Yeah.
100 Black Men, Emerging 100, whatever. Every network, it's use your community. When you're a part of that community, you're a resident of that community. But just all in all, what I'm trying to say is that Mamba mentality is in me every day because when I can't fail. It's like, in my opinion and in my trust, the brand sells itself. People just have to know about it. If they don't know about it, then they can't purchase.
Yeah.
So I have to keep posting. If I'm out of town, I'm posting. If I'm on the road, I'm posting. If I'm at a gas station and I'm pumping gas on the road, I'm posting.
Yeah.
So it's always just kind of having that mentality to not really have any lax moments. Of course, I get my rest.
Yeah.
But even in my moments of leisure, I'm still working. It's just that's the mentality I have to have because I gotta get it.
Okay.
There's a certain level of life that I really want to take Well Groomed Man. And Instagram is great, but Instagram may not be there in 2 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know word of mouth is very, very powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. Two things out of this question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you gotten to a point in your career under Well Groomed Man that you can walk away from being a full-time chemist, one, and two, what does it look like what is it going to look like for you to just say, okay, I don't need to work this job anymore. I can solely do this.
Right. Good question. Think about that a lot. No, it's not time yet.
Yeah. I understand.
It's
insurances. Yeah.
Even with that, but it's just I don't want to do anything prematurely. I trust the brand, and I also know that if I'm not at work, I can do my groundwork with Well Groomed Man. Just facts. But it's just not time yet.
Yeah.
Like I said, I enjoy doing what I do. I love chemistry. I'm a chemist. I love being in the lab. And I'm probably gonna give myself a stopping point of maybe 5 more years. Maybe in the lab.
Yeah.
But like I said, I went to school for it. I love it. There's chemistry that's in Well Groomed Man that it's not like I won't take it with me. But as far as just being devoted and dedicated to that company, for forever, no, I don't think I have to. But again, the way I want Well Groomed Man to operate and flow, I'm hands on right now. I gotta be able to trust if I'm not there. Whoever I may decide to appoint, as an assistant or a partner, because I have a business partner. Like, just technically, it's me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's me. A business partner would be great, but also I've been building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in the build, I've been sowing.
Yeah.
So to get a partner, man, they would have to really put up a lot.
Yeah.
To also see the worth of what I've invested. You want to see numbers, you can see numbers.
Yeah.
Because the numbers are there, they are recorded. Numbers don't lie.
Yeah. They don't.
But that's the thing, man. I do want to eventually walk away from being a chemist. But again, if it's brick and mortar, Well Groomed Man have brick and mortar, the location is going to be critical. Where you going to put it that way?
Yeah.
I thought about it. I had a conversation with Phil. Top. We both top. Where? It can't be in the mall. I want to be in the mall.
Yeah.
Like that. No, not putting it in the mall.
Yeah.
Where do I want it to go? I got a vision. It's up here.
No doubt.
Yeah.
The recurring theme in A Well Groomed Man, episode 2 of the podcast, which is still now streaming, you mentioned the feel. The feel. How do you know when you have the feel?
The feel of fabric?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's the chemistry again. I'm very hands-on, with a lot of things. I'm a hands-on person. And then more so that also comes with just who I am. I always tell my clients, even tonight, I had a couple come through for a consultation. And I pulled the tuxedo out the mannequin, it's on the mannequin. And I would say, you know what? Come feel this fabric. Once you put your hands on a certain fabric, eyes are good, but when you actually touch it, it changes the whole value of it. It's like, damn, this is this is good quality. This is what I'm about to spend my money on.
Yeah.
So it just gives that compliment, of course, to the brand, and also gives that compliment to what you're getting ready to pay for. So I just think that's, man, that the feel of fabric, it's critical. I almost don't like out of town clients because they can't feel the fabric. I want you to be able to put your hands on this fabric, and feel it. Most of them trust me, which is fine. I love to gain their trust, in all the customizations that I do. But man, it's just to be able to put your hands on like something that you're gonna wear. You get a feel of, oh, man, okay, how I feel when you put on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We ain't wearing no fur down here, so
yeah.
Good quality fabrics.
Yeah.
It. So,
yeah. I want to say that I finally got my bow tie back from Phil.
Oh, you know it.
I finally got it back from him, man, and it's in that box, man.
Hey,
I gotta say that box, man, and I guess when we do our episode next year, I'll save my questions about the box and how that came into play for then. Right. But most importantly, the last question I'll ask is, what's next?
What's next, man? For 2020, I told you what I have going next. And I really told myself that in 2020 I would kind of fall behind. I still haven't, because again, I told you I'm kind of hands-on.
Yeah.
And I want models. I want male models. So that I can kind of instruct, guide, let them kind of gain more face value. That's really my goal for 2020. Any models out there watching, y'all hit me up, man. Again, I need models, black, white, Asian, Hispanic. Because, of course, I still want to give the brand versatility. I want to give it culture. Yes, it's black owned. Y'all know that. Y'all see that. But I want to touch every sector. So I know if I gain these models, just give me like 4. Hit me up. I'll make sure that, we get the right attire. But then that alone will give me, you know what I'm saying? It'll give me a different level of exposure. It'll give it a different level to bring more, again, versatility to the brand. That's what I want. That's it. I get a nice flow of versatile clients now, diverse clients now. But of course, I want to market it better.
Yeah.
But it's hard. I like to get dressed. You know what I'm saying? I also like y'all to see that. Oh, he rocking it. You know.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things again to where I kind of want to take my hands off of it. I need to fall back.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Coming. So listen, man. Again, in the beginning of the episode last year, the very first thing is that we introduced the episode. And I gave you this T-shirt. Mm-hmm. And shout out to my editor, Tempest Green. And make sure that you check out the Stories and Poems podcast on SoundCloud and Apple Music and Spotify by my homegirl, Asia Munns. But my editor said, hey, you need to just give this at the end. It doesn't flow when you gave when they gave you the T-shirt. But and thinking about, again, I have to say to you, man, I appreciate you because at the time you came on the podcast, we had only met one time, right? And so to invite me to your crib, you don't know if I'm going to come in here and shoot this mug up. Right. Excuse me. You don't know if I'm going to come in here and rob anything, you know what I mean? But that trust you instilled, you gave to me. I want to give you this, I had to, of course, I know you in the fabric. I had to go and get you special T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? So I got you another black SVI T-shirt that is an exclusive to the show, and I gave you the one behind that one is the What's Next podcast T-shirt, which is that black one is exclusive to the show. Man, I appreciate you. Yes. Episode 52 I couldn't see it being done with anybody else besides you. My first feature on my podcast. 50 episodes later, we're rocking again, and hopefully episode 102. Man. 102.
I'll be in the city, buddy. Let's do it.
Anything else, man? Shout out to when this episode drops. Shout out to my boy who did episode 51, Aaron Arbuckle. He'll be turning 20 Tuesday. And anything else?
No, man, I'm good, man. Just follow Well Groomed Man.
No doubt. Which will be on the episode throughout the whole episode. Our names will be up there so people know. Houston, Texas, man. It's February. Black History Month is still amongst us. I'm here with a well-groomed man, Wayne Willis. My name is John Ross Dike I. Appreciate you. I do what I do for myself to prove that I can do it for others. Peace and blessings.
Yo, it feel like 95, Sachi on my body, Biggie, Jigger, Puffy, all that ballin' is a hobby. And I'm wildin' in my wallies, them valleys, no Pilates. More weight get you more wet, nah that's these Spumante. My crystal ball, I see crystal, I crystal y'all with that. I saw the sign like Ace of Spades, that Ace of Spades get cracked. I'm like, cheers to the money guys, the Willie niggas who buy them bottles, and then they spill these liquors. Yo, salute my dude. I see you, dawg. 5 bottles, 1 dick. Why I need 2 bras? I know I'm out of line, but love is shower time. You know it rose rain when your cloud is 9. Get off that high ass hussy. This a private party. Been on my dick too long. Your breath on private party. You gon' be nice and naughty. These walls on priceless Audi. This the upper crust. Fuck is up. Over and done. Overdose. Yes, we did it again. Sippin' with no remorse. We gon' do it again, and we gon' do it again.
What we doing again?